This is Off the Break Podcast, presented by Silver Screen Insider.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Off the Break Podcast. I'm Cody, and with me are Kyle and Eric.
I am so hungry.
Hello.
So hungry. It's right before lunchtime. It's an oddly weird Wednesday podcast for us because two of us are going to be gone on Friday. So
Our bad. Sorry, Eric.
yeah, Eric's going to hold down the fort for us.
He'll do great.
I'm always holding on the fort.
Well, but yes. No, he's going to do a great job, of course.
Yeah, and then next week we'll pick up with all of the ComicCon wrap-up
Yeah, that's the one
stuff.
unfortunate thing is
Yeah.
right before ComicCon drops. But what are some of the most anticipated things? I guess it's a pretty good segue into one of our main
Yeah,
points.
Kyle, resident ComicCon expert.
This year I wasn't too much of an expert just because I kept hearing like studios aren't at Hall Age or doing big panels, so I was like, oh, I guess I don't have to look too
Pay
closely.
attention.
But
Then
then
it snuck up on me. I forgot it was even a thing.
A buddy of mine made me realize like, no, the studios are still around. Like there's gonna be some things. So I looked into it closer, and it seems like Warner Bros is gonna have like a panel specifically for It Chapter 2, which
cool.
makes sense
That's
because they're
great
dropping
timing.
marketing for a trailer tomorrow, so
Yeah.
on Thursday. And then Paramount, I believe, on Thursday is gonna have a panel too for Terminator. What's
Dark
it called?
Fate?
Dark Fate. Thank you. I almost
Yeah.
said Dark Genesis. I think that's mixing
Ooh,
up.
yeah.
Dark Genesis. Not far
That'll be
off.
the next one.
Maybe the one after that. Tie it all up.
We'll get a Dark Universe at the third.
And then, but we do know that Marvel will be at Hall H2, and they're probably going to show a lot of stuff. I think odds are they probably could announce the cast like officially for the Eternals, and I don't know, maybe give us a schedule for the next phase of movies. Maybe are
Although
they
they
still
said
wanting
they
to do that?
They said they weren't going to give people schedules so that you didn't know what was coming out next.
Okay, so probably just announce like some of
Yeah.
the new ones officially, but not give release dates.
Right.
Probably
It'll
just
probably be
wait.
like
What year?
next year.
Yeah,
you can expect.
in the future officially.
But they won't announce like here's the next 10 years of movies.
Yeah, like they've done before. So all right, but I'm sure Marvel's gonna make like a really big splash at Hall H just because no one else is showing up there. And after Endgame, you probably want to tell people what's next. So that's all I've seen so far when it comes to Comic-Con. It's gonna be pretty quiet for studios.
Is Comic-Con still like a big deal?
Yeah, because there's so much other stuff other than just movies. I mean, obviously comic books and television shows,
Fandom,
and
cosplay is
cosplays.
huge.
Yeah. I
There's
guess.
good interviews by creators, shows and comic books as well.
I just always wonder about those like big conventions, those big expos that were like a few years ago. Like E3 is still big, but
Yeah.
I feel like it is kind of agreed upon. It's not as big of a deal as it used to be.
I think part of E3's fault, like they let the general public in. It used to be ticket invite only, so it had an air of mysticism around it. Like what's in there, what's
Yeah.
going on, and then it just got overrun with people. And I don't think there's been any really good big game announcements
No,
or new
that
generation consoles or
been
anything.
in a slog for a bit.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just interesting. I
They
was
need
just
another
wondering if
Elder
Comic-Con was
Scrolls.
kind of the same.
I don't know about its numbers. I haven't ever looked it up or done the research for it, but I know like past couple of years they've always debated about leaving San Diego for like a bigger space to do Comic-Con. So I imagine like it's still thriving and still like bringing in a lot more people,
can't
if
get
not
tickets
more
each year. I try.
Yeah, it's still competitive to get tickets, so I
So
imagine
hard.
it's still.
Is there gonna be Star Wars stuff?
I don't
Probably
think so.
not.
It'll probably be for what's Disney's
D23?
D23
D23
When does that happen? I can't keep up.
in
with all these
August.
23rd
things. Okay.
because 23 is that why? I actually don't know. Now
don't
that
know.
I think, should we know that? We should probably know that.
I don't know.
I'll double check.
I don't think there'll be that much.
People
Star
are probably like, these guys
Yeah.
are idiots.
I don't think there'll be that much Star Wars stuff at D23 because they have Star Wars Celebration. So that's what.
But Star Wars Celebration already happened though.
Yeah, that's when they kind of announce the Star Wars stuff, though.
I don't know. I think they're gonna show stuff for like their television, like Mandalorian and Clone Wars, and then probably give out something for what's the Star Wars
Episode
movie called?
9.
Rise of Skywalker. What is
Yeah.
happening to me today? Yeah, I imagine so, but
Disney's just so hush hush when it comes to that stuff that they don't really celebrate it, and they don't really.
Yeah, we'll probably hear things like a week before it comes out.
Yeah.
August 23rd.
Good job.
Good,
Kyle.
yeah, good job.
We do
August
it for
23rd
that.
to the 25th. We should know this
Now we know.
stuff.
I actually got tickets to D23 this year, but I don't know if I'm going yet or not.
Well, you almost missed the date then if you didn't know
I
up
just
until
have
then.
a lot of work trips to do this year,
Mm-hmm.
so I don't know if I'm going to make it, but I did get tickets.
D23
I
would
feel
be
like they,
cool though.
as cool as some of them are, I feel like at some point they would kind of start bleeding together.
I'm just not such a Disney fan that I like want to cosplay and
Yeah.
go to all the panels. Like
not for me.
it's not
Do you think people cosplay at D23?
Oh,
I know.
yeah.
I guess
There's
I
a-
know nothing
there's a
about
whole
D23
cosplay
now.
thing,
That's
and
kinda
then
cool.
they have like a big dance function. I think like a ballroom thing. So
all
I
right.
don't know.
Cool.
I was gonna go check it out this year to see what it was all
Mhm.
about, but I might have a couple other work trips I might have to do instead.
Bummer. Because
So,
getting some scoops at D23, that'd be something.
yeah.
After Lion King, is Star Wars the last big Disney movie this year?
Well, Disney, yeah.
Don't forget
Well,
about
Frozen 2.
Frozen
I guess.
2,
Frozen
and
2.
They've got Maleficent, which I wouldn't.
I'm
I
not
don't think that's
considering
going to
that
be big. Yeah. And then Frozen 2, and then
Okay.
which will be huge.
Yeah,
And
I forgot about Frozen 2.
Rise of Skywalker.
Never forget about Frozen 2. Eric. I don't know what's wrong with me
Frozen
today.
2.
I'm in a weird mood
Quest
today.
for Truth.
Yes, seriously, it's
But yeah, they still got stuff.
The
Disney's got
Elder
stuff.
Trolls Quest.
What's happening right now?
I'm
Look at
coming
the
up with names
subtitles
for
of Frozen
Frozen 2.
2.
Oh, for Frozen 2.
suitably
I don't know.
suitably epic quest related titles. Since it's gonna be the most epic movie ever.
That does make sense. Yeah.
The
Yeah, you would think they would do that.
Elder Trolls Quest. That's what I'm going to land on right now.
Elder
And-
Trolls Quest.
Yeah,
Title pending.
title pending. I'm going to simmer for that one. For
Yeah,
a
just
little bit.
wait. It'll be dropped with the next trailer.
Just a big reveal. It's going to blow people away.
So yeah, any other big news? They'll probably firm up and totally confirm the next Thor 4 director.
Well, I think they already did.
They'll make it probably a big splash.
I mean,
about
it'll
it.
probably be a big
Yeah.
splash. Because yesterday it's being reported that Taika Waititi is back for Thor 4, title pending, I imagine. And he's back, and we
Thor
assume
forever.
Thor
Thor
forever.
forever.
Oh my God, I'm in. But I imagine that he's coming back to
Well, he
write and
comes-
Yeah, I mean,
direct,
no
and
surprise
Chris Hemsworth's
there.
going to be coming back too.
Is
So.
he going to come back as Fat Thor though? I hope so.
I think
love
he'll.
Fat Thor.
I think he'll lean up. I think he'll go back to being jacked.
he got over his issues.
He still has plenty more issues
I
to
li-
work out apparently, but he got
Technically,
over.
he was referred to as Bro Thor.
Bro Thor.
Yeah.
Oh, is
I
that
like
confirmed?
On set,
I like-
on set and with the directors, he was called Bro Thor.
I like
Okay,
dad
that's
bod
probably-
Thor myself. I like me
bod
some
Thor
dad
could work
bod.
too. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Waititi coming back's a no-brainer. He revitalized the Thor franchise, and it made a ton of money. And there's gonna be more
Yeah,
Thor.
I
His arc's
know.
there. And what is it, Eric?
I kind of like the idea of seeing Thor with the Guardians. I
That
don't
would be
know if
cool. I
need
still
a whole
want that.
Thor 4.
I want both. Just give me both. I'm good.
Yeah.
It's just
But
sad
I'm
about
just
the
needy.
Akira adaptation, because that was like Taika's like passion project for so long.
Was it that long though?
Yeah. Oh,
Really?
he's been wanting to make that for a long time.
I just know the Akira adaptation has been in development hell for like a while now.
Yeah, like officially it hasn't been that long, but
Yeah.
Taika, like as himself, he's like he loves that movie and he's wanted to do that for a really long time.
Mm-hmm.
And now that's been put on hold indefinitely so that we can get another Thor movie.
Well, I'm
That
more
makes
of
me a
fan
little
of
sad.
Thor.
I would rather have had him make that and see that than
I have heard a lot of people
4.
like being a bit bummed that that's happening. Hopefully, it does happen though. That Taika can come back and do Akira after Thor, because
Yeah.
that would be kind of cool. That would be cool to see him do something really different like that
yeah.
instead of
I
just
don't
like a comedy type of movie. Because Akira's a pretty dark material.
Yeah, no, it's
I want more What We Do in the Shadows. I can't wait for that TV show to come back.
It's coming back for season 2, right?
Yes. I can't wait.
Yeah, I guess still gotta check it out. Movie's good too, but no, that was the big news. That was
Nice.
well, one of the bunch of big news that happened this week. So yeah, he's coming back. So maybe they'll make a big splash about it at ComicCon, whatever that's called.
San Diego Comic-Con.
San Diego Comic-Con.
There's Comic-Cons all over the place. We got to make sure we
Oh, that's
know.
right.
Yeah,
It's
you're
San Diego's
yes.
Comic-Con.
So that previous thing we talked about, that's all at San Diego, guys.
Yes.
That's like I feel like what people think of though. That's like the main one.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
New York Comic-Con is getting big.
Oh. Well, yeah, I guess if
And
it's
then
New York.
there's
People in our area go to Emerald City's Comic-Con
Emerald
a lot
City,
too.
and then there's a few other cons
I
that
think
are
in Utah is there one in Utah? I think there is.
I don't know
Comic-Con.
anything about cons.
yeah. I think there's like Dragon Con, which is more fantasy.
Yeah.
I looked up all the cons because I was like, I should go to all these and see what they're like.
I should go to all of these.
I've been to E3.
Plan out a
and
major road trip.
And BlizzCon.
No, yeah, it's just after a while, it's just gets smaller and smaller
Yeah.
types of cons. Anyway, yeah, enough of con talk.
Let's move on to controversies.
That's
Ooh.
the fandom part.
Right, see what I did there?
Ooh.
Because another week, another controversy. Apparently,
Always popping up.
but they're not actually controversies. But apparently, it's the new Bond 25 movie, according to what was the source? Daily Mail.
The Daily Mail.
According to some random person at the Daily Mail, they said that at the beginning of Bond 25, the new 007 agent is played by Lashana Lynch, who was, what was her name in Captain Marvel? She was Captain Marvel's like best friend in Captain Marvel, and people were going crazy because it's a black woman as 007.
Yeah. Now, to be clear, they're not saying that she's the James Bond character. It's not like a female James Bond character.
No,
it's
it's
going to be
just-
a new character that it takes up the title.
Nobody knows
after-
anything. That's why
I think it should be specified that that's probably not what's going to happen. I don't think
I feel like it's.
they're going to be come in Jamie Bond. Jamie Bond. I don't think it's going to be like that.
I hate talking about these things because they're always the same, but I feel like we kind of have to
Right.
at least mention them because there are people out there who don't realize that how non-issue this is. But apparently the movie starts with James Bond, Daniel Craig, James Bond, retired in Jamaica, probably like sipping martinis, just doing his thing. And then M, who is now played by
Ralph Fiennes?
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Ralph Fiennes is in his office and he pages like, "Come in, 007." And
Nailed it.
and apparently Lashana Lynch comes in and it's described by the Daily Mail source as a popcorn dropping moment.
Do you think a guy who worked for the Daily Mail that was talking to this source like had popcorn in his hand and then he
dropped
just
it.
dropped
I
it
can't imagine
because
it.
he thought it was so shocking?
I don't think that has ever happened in the history of any movie ever. I don't think anybody has ever like dropped anything,
Unless if it's by
so
accident.
frozen.
They're like, oh, whoa, oh, shoot, dropped it.
They probably like forgot they were holding like, oh, popcorn,
And then just got back to...
But yeah, it's just we just wanted to get that out there, clarify, because the internet's gonna internet.
Yeah.
People are gonna be mad about that. Most likely, it's just a mysterious cold open, like what, and then it'll go into the title sequence or whatever. James Bond will probably get roped back into the game, and yeah, people are just jumping to conclusions. We have no
obviously
idea.
They filmed James Bond scenes on a beach in like what looks like Jamaica because that's where he broke his ankle or whatever he did. So maybe the fight comes to James and he doesn't.
Yeah, maybe.
He gets sucked back in because
See,
his wife is probably killed and he needs revenge.
Does he have a
Isn't
wife?
that his story?
Does he have a wife?
Oh,
What happened?
he ends up staying, or
Right.
at the end of Spectre with Leia Sado.
Yeah.
I don't know how you say
Maybe
her
they're
name.
not married. Maybe it's just
No, but they were
his gal pal.
Yeah, there was something more than the typical Bond.
Right. Like he retired to be with her.
Yeah.
Man, I do not remember much of Spectre.
And he does in previous Bond films lose his wife, so it's not an unheard of thing to have.
I know
her
he lost Eva
killed.
Green in Casino Royale.
This Bond iteration, yeah, but in one of the previous Bond movies, she was murdered. Is that the Roger Moore one?
I'm not sure.
They all
We gotta go.
They all
we gotta-
mesh.
yeah,
Too many
watch them all.
Bonds.
There's
Too many Bonds.
25 of them.
Let's get a female Bond. Let's change it up here.
Let's get Lashana Lynch in as
Let's
James
get Lashana
Bond.
Lynch.
Yeah.
Hopefully she
I-
does a good job at whatever the role
I
is,
kind of
though.
like
It's
the
a big deal,
yeah,
I
kind
guess.
of like the idea that Bond is not 007 is not James Bond, but it's just a title bestowed on him, his call number, or whatever it is.
I mean, that makes sense. It wasn't Sean Bean 006 and
Yeah, I think he was
once a while
006.
ago, and yeah, it's just a title. Like just because another character is playing 007
Right.
doesn't mean they're playing James Bond.
didn't
And I don't think that's what's happening here. It's
No,
just
she
she's
has her
the
own-
new 007,
She has
but
her
not
own
the new James
character.
Bond.
She's
yeah.
her own person. Like
Hopefully
she,
they do a
I
good
think
job with her.
It's I can't remember the name, but
She's even
she
in
has
the
her
movie.
own
Maybe
name.
she's like killed in the opening scene, or like, they sent her to do the mission, and then she's killed, and then they have to go back to James Bond. Be
He'll
like,
have a tie.
the previous 007 was trying to recover the secret files, but was killed in action. It's up to you to recover the files.
I love your Ralph Fiennes impression.
I have a feeling it's like their paths cross because the fight came to James. The guy had it out for him.
He's
Yeah.
just trying to put his feet up, but he can't. He
No.
just gets pulled right
He
back
gets
in.
pulled right back in.
It's like John Wick.
Again, all
Yeah.
guesses here. Like, we don't know what's going to happen, but our best guess is that it's just a character with the title of 007.
It is.
So, no reason to worry,
So just
Internet. We got you.
Ignore all of those articles or comments claiming that James Bond is ruined because they don't know anything, because nobody knows anything about this movie.
There are a few headlines I've seen where it's like, she's the new Bond, and it's like,
Yeah.
James
no,
Bond revealed?
No.
No.
Daniel Craig
it's
is
so clickbaity.
yeah, it's
That's not what's going to happen. I don't think Sony's going to put out that that's the new James Bond with like no vetting.
oh yeah, Sony does have it now, don't they?
I guess Sony doesn't have it.
Wait, do they not
It's
have
back to MGM.
Oh, it is
Yeah.
back to. I thought
Sony
it was.
used
I
to
thought
have it.
MGM used to have it, and then it went to.
No, Sony used to have it.
Oh,
then
I
went
had it
back
backwards.
to MGM,
Okay, well,
which
that's
is
good to know.
United Artists now, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because MGM and Annapurna merged with
United
United
Artists
Artists,
released.
and now they're under
Yeah.
that banner.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So,
So there's
Well,
also
should keep
some
track
fun
of.
facts for you guys there too, about studios.
good. It won't open on a weird Wednesday.
Well, our last
I mean,
little
it did wonders
story.
for
Our last-
Spider-Man.
Our last little story.
And I'm sure it'll do wonders for Angry Birds too.
Oh, it's gonna make a killing.
Yeah, those 2 extra days. Just put it over the edge. Build momentum.
Anyway, Eric, what's the other story we have?
Our last major story. It's not a major story, but just picking up from our Little Mermaid tangent last week. We maybe have our Prince Eric, if anybody cares. Harry Styles is in talks to play Prince Eric.
I said
Harry
he looked
sings.
just
Harry
like
Styles from One Direction.
He sings. He has the hair, so it
him.
makes
Yep,
sense.
He just needs to dye it black.
People rave about his performance in Dunkirk, and he did good. It was a very
Yeah, he
small
was-
he
was
wasn't
good.
bad. He
I
did a
liked
good
watching
job.
him.
but
Maybe he doesn't need to dye it black. Maybe he can
It's
just
dark.
be a brunette Eric.
It's dark
not
enough.
my,
sure.
not
we're-
my Prince Eric.
Yeah, since we're shaking up all the characters.
Okay, so last week what you said about Ariel, that you never cared about the Ariel character,
Yeah.
that's me with Prince Eric. Because
Does
I remember.
anybody care about Prince Eric?
I don't think anyone
I
should
guarantee
care
you
about
nobody
Prince
cares about
So
Prince Eric.
maybe Styles will do something with it. I don't know, but
I feel like the most I've ever heard about Prince Eric is he's shown up in like random articles of like all the princes for the most part are pretty one-dimensional and stupid
Yeah.
in classic Disney movies, but I feel like he's like the most.
stupid.
Yeah,
Well, just he's just kind of
pointless.
yeah.
He does smile a lot. I don't think he blinks now that I think about it. I'm trying to think of the movie. I don't think he blinked ever.
He's
I don't
very
know.
pretty, and that's why she fell in love with him.
Well,
Very
yeah,
pretty.
that's love.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Only
right?
because of looks.
Yeah, that's how it works. So yeah, there's your big bombshell.
Um,
Maybe he'll be the
It's
prince.
not so much of a bombshell because this is only early talks and negotiations. Like, he's not Prince Eric yet, but I think Disney's going to push hard to get him.
At least they're stepping up their game with people that can actually sing. I
Yeah,
like that.
That is true. I
Very
mean, him
talented
paired with
people.
his actress, Haley Bailey.
Haley Bailey.
Yeah, I almost said Halle Berry.
Yeah.
Halle Bailey.
Halle Bailey. Oh,
Halle
Halle Bailey.
Bailey.
I like
Okay.
Haley Bailey more. I think that's funner to
Hey,
say.
maybe it's Haley Bailey. I've never heard
think
her
it's
name
Halle
said out
Bailey.
loud.
I'm sure it's probably Halle Bailey.
You're
but
probably. I think
Haley
Eric's
Bailey
right.
is way more
It's a
fun.
little too shown.
But it has a nice
show-namey.
ring to it.
Yeah, he just rolls right off the tongue. Haley Bailey.
Yeah, it rolls
but
off the tongue.
Think
but
about Halle Bailey and Harry Styles. Hallie and Harry. Haley and Harry? I think I like Hallie and Harry. Like that pairing together.
I
makes
hate
sense.
all of this.
Eric's like, let's just please move on to the next topic. But yeah, he might. He might be Prince Eric, so that's cool.
Well, since we did an early week podcast, we haven't got to see many of the trailers. Like you mentioned, Chapter
most of
2
the
is supposed to drop
big
tomorrow.
stuff's, gonna be over ComicCon.
Didn't Chapter 2 already have a trailer? Or
Yeah,
was
the one
that?
you saw at
month ago.
CinemaCon.
Yeah.
Wait, 2 months ago.
I thought there was a sneak peek, which was the
Well, that's what they've been showing as their trailer.
yeah.
Like,
But this is the official trailer.
no, that's considered its first trailer.
Okay.
But I think this is another one. I don't know.
Okay, this is
Teaser
a
trailer, official trailer,
Studios-
featurette, sneak peek, early peek. They're all the same.
Cody and I were making fun of Sony for
Yeah.
some of their weird release date ideas, but the studios in general just need to calm down with how they name trailers. Just name them 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
Don't do different things where it's like teaser trailer number 12, and then here's your official final trailer. It's like, wait, what happened to the was there nothing
Yeah.
before?
Oh, international trailer.
International official teaser number 2 trailer.
Featurette behind the scenes.
Featurette behind the
international.
trailer of the trailer, and it's just calm
Super Bowl
down.
clip.
Please just name them 1, 2, and 3,
Yep.
and just all be unanimous on agreeing on that. Like all studios need to follow that format. It's
Man.
getting out of hand.
That makes too much sense. It's not gonna happen. But yeah, the one trailer we did see is the King's Man trailer. The prequel movie to the King's Man franchise.
Yes.
And I thought the trailer was pretty cool.
Yeah, me
What
too.
It
about
looks
you guys?
amazing.
I thought it looked really good. It was a nice change of pace for that franchise.
Social media's been buzzing about this movie. Like I haven't seen a bad thing about it. Like if
Matthew
you look
Vaughn
at
is
the
returning
YouTube
for it, right?
numbers and comments. It all looks great.
Matthew Vaughn, the
I think
director.
that's his name.
As
yeah.
the director,
he's
yeah,
coming
he's
back.
written and directed this prequel.
Yeah, because he did the first two, and so it makes sense that he's coming back here.
Yeah, but it still looks so different from the other two.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of Ralph Fiennes, he's in it, and he looks great because he's always great.
You were telling me when the trailer dropped, he was like, "Which of the other two was Ralph Fiennes in?"
Yeah,
I
was
like,
he in one of the
hasn't
other
been in
two?
any
Oh
of
wait, those are like hundreds of years, or however many
Hundreds
years.
was it World War One?
I don't know.
Hundreds of years.
They're so old.
We're all off our game in some ways. My
True.
point was, I feel like I had already seen him because he just fits that universe so
That
perfectly.
casting
Yes.
makes so much
I'm like,
sense.
how has he not already been in one of these?
Yeah.
because he looks like an M character straight out of James Bond.
Well, yes,
And that's
yes.
why I think that's what I got. That I'm like, oh, he's like playing M again.
That could be it because he's in those Bond movies and he does so well. So
Yeah.
But yeah, no, this one takes place World War II or World War One.
2, 1. I'm gonna double check.
I thought it
we
was
need-
World War One.
Takes place during one of the world wars.
one of the world. This is so bad.
So unprepared for a Wednesday podcast.
It's throwing a wrench in our routine.
Yeah.
If there's not like a big movie that comes out on Wednesday, like Spider-Man or something, it's in the middle of like a somewhat slow news week too, so you gotta wing it. Come on, Kyle.
Kyle
I'm
Foster.
trying to.
Kyle.
I'm trying to look right now. You guys are gonna
Kyle.
have to spitball for this airtime.
Well,
I-
whichever war it takes
Okay.
place during.
I have to
Yeah.
say, for that trailer, I did not think the young lead was very attractive.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
Cody's
yeah.
first point.
Yeah.
Cody.
Wait, that's the first.
This little
The poor guy. The
Okay.
poor guy has been
Little-
working so hard to
This is
finally
his
get
big
the
break.
big role. His big and
is
the
his
first
big-
criticism. He's a real uggo.
No, I didn't say real uggo. I just said
This
He
guy's
said he's not
disgusting.
good looking.
I just was like he's a little dopey looking. And he looks really young. Like he looks like a little boy to me.
Taron Egerton. looked
Taron was-
really
yeah,
young.
Taron's a
World War
young little
One.
boy.
I think it's.
I told you it was World War One.
I
World
thought I
War
remember
One.
seeing
That's
trenches.
that's Britain's big war. World War II is America's big war,
That's a good point.
but World War One was the war to end all wars for them. It didn't happen.
Yeah.
No, they kind of botched that.
Nope.
Yeah.
World War One.
But yeah, no, it takes place back then, and like there was some weird looking factions. It kind of like who was that guy who was like spinning swords?
I think that was.
Oh, it's Hansu from Blood Diamonds and
What?
Blood Diamond and Guardians. Are you talking
No, it
about
wasn't
that
that guy.
No,
No, it wasn't that guy.
I think
I'm
isn't
thinking of a
that supposed to be
different
the Russian guy? Not
That or like an
Nostradamus.
Ottoman, that or like an Ottoman Empire kind of guy.
No, I thought it was the Russian one that brought down the czars. Wasn't that also around that time?
Yeah.
My history books, the history knowledge is failing me at the
Oh, we're
moment.
asking about a real person.
Yeah.
Oh, I was still reading something else.
I thought in the trailer they were like flashbacks from before World War One. Like
Oh,
it's talking
no.
about these secret societies that have been around for like a long time, and it showed like shots of like older time.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. I mean, this is a prequel, though. That's what we're gonna find out. Like, who is this mysterious organization?
We're not making this trailer sound very good.
It really was good.
It
we
was cool.
swear.
It was stylized. Ralph Fiennes looks amazing. The,
Wasn't he-
the new main kid is a handsome young man.
He is handsome, Cody. good looking chap.
Looks like a little 18-year-old boy.
You're
Just
only-
that's,
Probably because he is.
off-
You're
off-putting
only
to me.
making this worse. And so did Taron Egerton.
I think he did as much.
But
I don't understand Cody's criticism, but
I am looking forward to a prequel for the Kingsman franchise because I like the first one. The second one's a bit underwhelming, but I kind of found myself being not really wanting to go forward in the franchise at that moment. And I think at least going back in time might be a bit different, and it does look different. So I think Vaughn's taking that into consideration, that he still wants to be part of the franchise, but he's going to make the necessary changes for it to have a facelift.
well, I mean, prequels are always inevitable once you do the sequel and sometimes multiple sequels.
But how did it all begin?
Yeah, you have to go back and do the prequel. It's just
Yeah.
part of the process. But this one does seem cool just purely because of the separated time period.
Yeah.
Like everything is just different. It's all different characters. It's the spirit and the core of what the Kingsman movies is there.
Yeah.
But it's not like what about when Colin Firth was young and entering the thing? This is literally the birth of the whole society.
I do appreciate that more. I think if you did go Colin Firth, but
Okay.
younger, then that would have been all right.
Little
I mean,
too
I already
safe.
know what this
I
character
thought
is.
that weird guy with the ladies on his arms that was doing the swinging thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Rasputin.
that guy.
Oh,
That's kind of the image that I got, that it would be the Tsar Nicholas II's court, Romanov court, and it would be Rasputin.
that sounds more. That's probably who I was talking about.
Yeah.
I don't know.
God.
Okay.
We only saw the trailer once.
Right, we saw the trailer and I couldn't
Well,
get
I saw it
my
a
thoughts
couple
together. I wanted to
times.
call him Rumpelstiltskin, and I'm
just
like,
too
that is so
distracted.
wrong.
Rumpelstiltskin.
She was just too distracted by how disgusting that kid looked. Couldn't process anything else.
Just nothing else in the trailer faced her, but she just kept staring at his face.
I was also like, he's really a lot taller than Ralph Fiennes.
Yeah, he's
poor good guy. He is.
I'm like, is he short in real life?
a tall, lanky guy. He's gonna come into his own, and he's gonna
Yeah.
become a man over the course of the movie.
I
He needs-
guess.
he needs-
It's loss of innocence.
I guess
Needs
Ralph
to
Fiennes
grow
isn't
into that body a little bit more. Just
God.
needs to get older.
I'm sure he's just fine in real. Looks just fine in real life. Where am I going with
I don't
this?
even know this kid's name. I feel really bad.
I believe-
like
I
him.
believe his
I
name-
like what I saw.
I believe his name is Harris Dickinson.
That's
I believe that's the
pretty
actor's
British
name.
name.
It is a very British name, and I hope that he goes far in his career
will.
just so
I'm
that
not
way I can
trying to
get
wish-
back at Cody.
I'm not trying to wish bad on him. I just
wish he would, do something in the face
he doesn't
area.
You
have
should
the
probably
bone
find a
structure.
different field. I don't think the
Karen
acting
Edgerton.
business is for you.
Maybe like a crummy garbage man, or
You can work behind the camera.
you can work.
You're tall. You can hold the boom.
You guys are terrible.
I know,
I'm never
we're the
telling you that
worst.
stuff again.
It's the worst.
But yeah,
But-
I think it looks good.
No, the trailer does look very good. We promise it does look good.
I think he's gonna kick a lot of butt in it. I'm not disputing that fact.
He did
just-
look good in some of those action scenes. He did
Yeah.
look like he was holding his own.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't remember him in any of the shots other than him getting out of the taxi cab.
You don't remember him wielding the knife against?
I saw the
Damon
trailer once. I
Hansu?
don't. It's hard for me to retain everything in the trailer when everything's cut and edited so fast and the
Oh.
music's playing.
I retained it all.
All of it. You didn't retain that it was Rasputin.
Yeah. Well, I think it is. I
In
don't
all,
know
in
that
all
for
fairness,
sure.
I didn't know what was happening during
It
that
just
conversation.
looked like him because Rasputin is always pictured with that long, kind of greasy black hair and
Yeah.
had a lot of women around him.
Maybe it's a Putin type.
Rasputin type.
Yeah. Like it's supposed to be him,
Yeah.
but they're like, my name's not Rasputin or
Maybe.
Rasputin.
Well, maybe it'll be Rumpelstiltskin. Like I wanted it to
I
be.
really hope that's what's gonna happen. The Kingsmen have to stop Rumpelstiltskin from doing something. I don't know. But this, yeah, Eric's like,
Nah.
I don't know. I think it'd be funny, but
Well, let's move on to our last thing.
do we have a last thing? What's
Yeah,
happening?
well,
here?
we just want to kind of talk about Lion King since it's the day before the early shows.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
in the course of a day, those early Twitter reactions, people are like, it's amazing, it's incredible, it'll change the way you watch movies forever, which is a literal quote somebody used. And then the next morning, 12 hours later, when I actually started looking at the reviews, it was like,
It's hard garbage.
I haven't seen a single positive one. Oh, okay.
No, the consensus of those reviews has been the visuals are stunning and breathtaking, and Timon and Pumbaa are awesome. but it has no life.
Yeah, and I mean, it makes sense if you really think about it, which I feel like people were so excited and caught up in the live-action Lion King. This is crazy. I loved Lion King as a kid. It's going to be big. It's going to make a bunch of money.
Right here.
Yeah.
You didn't really think about what is it actually going to look like when you have photorealistic animals walking around talking, you know? And the example that everyone points out is the I Can't Wait to Be King musical number, which in the original is this fantastic spectacle with lots of big dance number and just these things that you could never do in not like traditional animation. And in this one, it's just kind of two very real looking lions trotting along a stream, just kind of singing with their awkward mouths because they're real animal mouths. They can't shape words that humans say. I saw a comparison that somebody did of the Hakuna Matata musical number from the animated one and from this one.
Yeah.
And like it's the same song, but you just see how they play out side by side. And I completely see what people are talking about.
Sure.
It's very cold.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's not. I don't get as cold of a feeling as everyone else did when I see it tomorrow. The reactions have been, or the reviews have been a little disappointing, but I'm still willing to go in and see this. I mean, it's Lion King.
No, I mean, I'm going to see it.
The visuals are going to look amazing on the big screen. So
the visuals are going to look amazing, but when they're accompanied with just that awkward, uncanny, cold, emotionless thing, I feel like that might even take away from the visuals. Like they look great in still images. It's like, whoa, animation has come so far, but when you see them moving and talking for 2 hours,
I wonder if they can emote through their eyes or any of the other parts. I just feel like that's really hard to do, and that's why humans look so weird when you try to animate them. That it's not the proper.
No, that people have pointed that out too. The animals, they're just cold, dead animal eyes.
Yeah,
it's just so strange too because I haven't seen the live action Jungle Book in a while, but if I remember correctly, like those animals were really looking like they were able to emote.
I mean, maybe if we rewatched it, because I don't remember it super well either, but like we talked about in The Office, Mowgli is grounding everything. Yeah. Like, they're talking to Mowgli. Mowgli is responding to them. You see, so maybe subconsciously you're just looking at the reaction from the kid playing Mowgli. So when you see him reacting to these animals, it makes you more able to believe that they're real and they're actually talking. But in this one, it's just nothing but real animals.
Maybe like it's the type of animals too. Maybe because Baloo is a bear, and maybe that furry mouth and that jawline worked better.
I guess lions aren't known to be able to show emotion. Does that make sense? Like you see pictures of lions, like you can't tell if they look.
They can look scary.
I mean, they can look scary, but.
Yeah.
But it kind of just, exactly. Other than that, though, I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking too much into it, but
I don't know. The most interesting thing about all of that to me is that it's probably gonna be a waking up moment, or like a wake up moment for a lot of other studios, because animation pushing towards more and more realistic animation, like we were talking about with Toy Story 4, like that opening where the water just looked so real, and I was like, is this Toy Story? Something is a little weird. Like not in a bad way, but compared to the others, it's like, whoa.
Miles.
But with something like this, maybe people are gonna start thinking to themselves, like, do we really want to push as hard as we can to make animation photorealistic? Is that kind of defeating the purpose of animation? Because animation, you can do stuff that you can't do.
You make things
with
look
live
so
action,
different, but still be able to emote for story purposes.
And I mean, those are interesting developments you see in video games, where for so long is like every console generation's biggest thing is how more realistic the graphics are going to be. But here in the last like 5-10 years, they've more or less kind of plateaued. They're getting higher resolution, but more games are adopting like deliberately stylized, more cartoony art styles, and people are gravitating towards them. They've realized that, maybe it's easier to.
I think there's still a few games where they want human characters. Like I would think Witcher and Elder Scrolls and stuff, because for the majority of the gameplay, you're not looking at their face. It's only in those cut scenes.
But even then, though, like you don't question it. It doesn't look off for some reason. It looks like what a video game would look like.
Yeah.
But that's not the same with this movie.
Right.
You know, seeing a human character modeled after humans, which is very common now in video games.
Yeah.
It doesn't look really that weird like you
No.
would expect it to. Because in your mind, I don't know why, but you know it's a video game and you know that's how video games look.
I think
But
it's
with a
because you
movie-
walk funny and it's just from the mechanics of the game. Like,
Yeah, but in the movie here, like with Lion King,
Yeah.
it does not work.
Mm-mm.
Maybe it's because you remove the interactive element of it or something, but now all of a sudden you're just sitting back watching.
I think it's more of seeing him face on. Like, you see all the action stuff face on, whereas, like, if you're playing Geralt in Witcher, you're seeing the back of his head and moving him around and maybe a side glance. Like,
Yeah, but I mean, you still see a lot of his face and all of the humans. Every time you talk to anybody, it's like a
Right.
close-up. But it doesn't look weird. It looks like a
No.
video game.
yeah.
But with Lion King, it doesn't look like real lions when they start talking
Right.
and having human voices come out, but you can tell they're very much real lions. So it's just this bizarre disconnect. So I'm interested to see how the mass, like, general audience receives that, because it's still
Yeah.
going to make $1 trillion, obviously.
Oh yeah, despite
But-
all the bad buzz, it's
I
still
think it's a safe
Lion King's
bet
still gonna make bank.
for consumers because they know the story they're getting into. There's nostalgia for the music, and I think having the all black cast for a lot of the majority of the voice talent is really like helping some markets. You know, I know that there's been a lot of theater rent outs and stuff for big groups
Oh, yeah.
wanting
power
to
of
go and
Beyonce.
celebrate that. Yeah.
The power of Beyonce.
But I just wonder if after the fact, because, you know, a lot of general audiences don't read into this stuff, so
No.
they're probably going to be very unaware of the fact, like, hey, there's something really uncanny going on with the animation in this
I
movie.
think you'll see a lot of weird memes afterwards.
Yeah,
about
so
it.
I'm wondering if, you know, come Monday, Tuesday, throughout next week, I'm wondering how people will react, and because inevitably they're going to compare it to the original animated
Yeah.
one, and
Yeah.
it'll just be
Inevitable.
I'm interested to see the reactions.
Me too.
Yeah. It's always interesting once audience reactions are pretty different or strikingly different than critics' reactions too. So I don't know.
I don't know what critics have to criticize. It's not like they don't know the story. It's not like they I don't know, the dialogue.
Well, we're criticizing the
that.
fact that you
yeah.
can't connect or feel any emotion from the movie. Like,
Which is possible.
like the most iconic scene, you know, when Mufasa dies. You know, there's so much animation and emotion going into Simba's face and the way
Yeah.
it's shot, and you know how the camera pulls back and they make it like this epic painting like way, the way they frame it. But in this, it's just imagine a lion looking down.
Yeah.
The realistic lion's not going to make like a sad, heartbroken face. It's going to make a lion face.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
in your mind, you're like, this is supposed to be the really sad scene, right? His dad just died.
So why am I not sad?
But you just kind of just watching it.
Yeah. So probably like the story beats and what you remember of the animated will help viewers still have those emotional reactions because you're like, oh, I remember being
It will.
sad
I think it's
here.
going to hurt it.
So what do you think
Yeah.
this bodes for future remakes? Like, is any of the future stuff going to be
I first want to see
I feel like they're
the
just going
box
to...
office numbers.
like, is Little Mermaid going to be hurt by Scuttle and
I don't think so because
No.
because there's
Whatever.
humans in there.
because there's humans?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we said, Jungle Book did fine. This wasn't a thing. This wasn't an issue when that movie came out.
Is there any others that I can think of?
I
can't
can't.
think of-
I don't. At least not that they've confirmed, because you know, it's not
There's
like.
no Mushu and Mulan, so
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know if that Lady and the Tramp remake is going to be on Plus or in theaters.
I don't think they're gonna be doing the hyper
did
realistic.
Disney do
take.
All
Probably
Dogs Go
not.
to Heaven?
I don't think so. Maybe.
That would be a.
I don't
tough
think that
one.
was them. That doesn't sound right to me.
That movie
I
makes
can
me
check, though.
cry. I was just trying to think of animal movies.
And Oliver and Company.
Sword in the Stone, when they turn into the
Yeah, but there's still humans in
Squirrels.
there.
yeah
It will be weird when they turn into squirrels, though.
yeah.
I just don't think that they're gonna take
How-
this super
how's-
ultra realistic
How's
approach.
the lady squirrel gonna fall in love with them and
I hated that.
you know be bashful with her tail and all that?
I think they're just gonna be like,
You
okay,
hated
let's
that part?
yeah, as a
That's
kid.
so cute.
Oh, I hated everything about that.
Is it
part.
because he had to break her heart?
Yes.
Oh, man.
He was like trapped, and he was just like, oh my god, I didn't even do anything, but now I have to ruin this squirrel's life.
Oh.
It was so sad.
This was in All Dogs Go to Heaven?
No, it's the Sword and the Stone.
Sword and Stone.
Oh, I haven't seen that one. That's why I don't know what's
You
going
haven't
on.
seen Sword and the Stone?
Really?
No.
What?
I don't think that many people have either. I don't think
Are you
that's-
kidding me? It's not one of the most famous
don't-
ones, but like
I don't watch a lot of Disney, but at least I've seen that one.
It was like
Now that is surprising.
It was
I'll
like
give you
peak
that
Silver
one.
Age
It was
Disney.
one of my favorite ones.
Huh. All right. No, that one I have not seen.
That was like in the Silver Age was Sleeping Beauty, Cinderella, Sword and the Stone.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I've seen all those, but the Sword and the
It's like
Stone.
somebody didn't watch all that much Disney.
Yeah.
I have no clue who. Oh wait, no, MGM. Found
MGM.
it for All Dogs Go to Heaven. I don't know if we
Okay.
were still on that or not, but I
No,
figured
it
it
just
out.
feels like a Disney
I just
movie.
think that going forward, they're not going to try and do the hyper realistic thing that they're doing with Lion King. They're going to be like, hey, it's okay if the animals don't look exactly like realistic animals. It's okay to give them emotion, even if that's not how they would look in real life.
I do think once other studios see that money coming in, they might think that a part of it has to do with the photorealistic element,
I don't think so.
and probably will. But I think mostly people are just
I don't
going to be
think
coming in for
I don't think
nostalgia.
anybody's thinking that the technology is why people are seeing this. It's just the
You don't think
idea
so?
of
Oh.
live action Lion King. You know, people haven't. That's this whole thing. The idea of live action Lion King, when you don't actually think about what it will end up realistically looking like. Yeah, of course it sounds cool. You know, live action Beauty and the Beast was a big deal. Live action, you know, all of these remakes, it's like, yeah, it would be cool to see an updated version, but people's thinking don't go past that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the idea was new, modern, live action Lion King. It wasn't, what do you get when you have literally real lions trying to do human things?
Okay.
I never saw Cinderella. How did the mice do in that animation?
Now, see, I feel like that's more important to watch than Sword in the Stone.
What?
Cinderella
I saw
over
the
Sword
old,
in the Stone.
Old Cinderella.
Original Cinderella's not that good.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, not really, but anyway, I was just teasing though.
I mean, you should watch
I
all of
like,
them.
what is the Cinderella movie with Drew Barrymore? Ever After. That's my favorite Cinderella.
I haven't seen that.
I don't think I have seen that one. No.
Drew Barrymore, Ever After?
No.
It's so good.
I can't remember what the mice look like though.
Angelica Houston plays the evil stepmother, but
Ooh,
you feel
should be
kind of
perfect with that.
you feel kind of bad for her because I think she actually did love or care for Cinderella's father, and when he dies and leaves them all, I think she's just as heartbroken. Like she's like, why did you bring me here and leave me?
Oh.
It's really good. Like it added a lot.
That actually
more,
does sound good. I like that.
added a lot bigger, better element there, and she had a little friend that was like a painter that was kind of a neat character, and then she meets Da Vinci.
When did this come out?
Early 2000s.
I don't even think I've heard of this.
That sounds about right, though. Drew Barrymore was really big in
Yeah.
that time.
Oh yeah, but I'm just trying to think about the mice in
Yeah.
this most recent. I don't remember what they
In
look
the
like.
recent Cinderella?
They're definitely not hyper realistic.
No.
they're pretty...
Did they talk or did they just squeak or
I think they just squeaked.
I can't remember.
Yeah, why do I not remember that part?
isn't one of
I
them
remember
named
all the
Gus?
good
Yeah,
stuff about
Gus
Cinderella,
Gus.
but not...
Yeah.
Did they talk?
I think so. Maybe not.
Wow, we don't know what's happening. I don't
just
think
was
they
wondering
did. I
about
don't think they
Disney's
did.
track record with the animals.
Yeah, I don't know. The pattern seems to be if there's humans in it, it's not an issue. If there's no humans and you're forced to pretend that the animals are human,
Because
it's not gonna
the
work.
only other movie I can think of with a really realistic animal in it that played a huge part was Life of Pi, and that was pretty amazing for what
But
they
it
did.
didn't talk.
No, it didn't talk. It emoted a little bit, but in its own like.
Yeah, it growled and animals can emote. Like they can
Right.
look sad or hungry or depressed.
But not complicated emotions
But when you
like
try
what they're
and
trying to do.
when you try and open their mouths and have them make jokes or sing,
Right. Like I said, not complicated emotions. Like
Yeah.
they can be angry, they can be tired, they can be hesitant.
Yeah.
But
No, I really recommend watching that side by side comparison of Hakuna Matata. That's I totally get it, and I mean I'm gonna see the movie, but it's gonna be interesting.
This is kind of random, but I just find it funny that Aladdin had the most backlash over like The Lion King, but yet it's probably getting more well received as of now than
Oh, Aladdin's gonna be
Lion
like
King is.
under the radar, like the most successful or like
Yeah.
well received Disney remake.
Yeah.
Like, it's doing
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah,
I
no kidding.
just think people didn't give it a chance.
No,
at the beginning.
it's kind of like I mean, Solo had a little bit of a resurgence afterwards. It had so much hate before it even came out, and people just kind of made up their minds. People saw the headlines like, oh, I'm not going to bother. But then people start kind of, for one reason or another, seeing it for themselves. Like, you know what? That's actually not bad.
Yeah, I remember all of a sudden on Twitter, like, Make Solo 2 was trending on Twitter, and I was like, where did this come from?
Yep.
You
I
weirdos.
liked Solo a lot.
Yeah,
I,
good.
It was an enjoyable movie.
Yeah,
it
it's
was
fine.
enjoyable, and I
liked
thought,
it a lot.
It's a movie. It came out.
The guy, what was his name that played?
Alden.
Yeah,
I thought
Alden
he was great.
Ehrenreich. I thought he did
great.
so good.
Yeah, he did do a
captured his
really good job.
essence, and I liked
His first line of the movie. I was like, yeah, he's got it.
I love them exploring the early relationship between him and Chewie. Like, there's a like best friend bro.
Yeah, there's
thing
a right
there.
way to do fan service, and I feel like that movie did it.
Yep.
Except for the stupid origin of his name.
Han.
It's the worst thing.
I'm
Well, the
sorry.
Darth Maul,
Solo.
the Darth Maul scene is still by far the worst thing ever.
Oh, yeah.
ever in a Star Wars movie. But that's not far behind.
I wasn't as bothered by the Darth Maul scene, but I was like, "Ooh, he's back."
Like, I guarantee
That's
you're
where I
never.
was
You're
too.
not
Yeah.
making a Solo 2. No, Darth Maul's not going to be part of
Hashtag
Solo
make
2
Solo
because
2
Solo 2 is
happen.
not going to happen.
Make Solo 2 happen.
Stupidest thing ever. Makes me angry just thinking about it.
Disney Plus Solo 2 will happen.
Oh God.
That would, well, it would make sense.
No.
Well,
Nah.
They're
Nah,
gonna
it has
need
Darth Maul.
content.
so hopefully we'll like The Lion King.
Hopefully,
I
you guys
probably
will.
won't.
I'm
Yeah.
not gonna see it. I will be camping in the woods, completely cut off from
Getting
cell
back to
phones.
nature.
To
Yeah.
avoid from possible backlash of this movie.
No, just to get away.
Oh, that
But-
too.
But my son did get sick this morning, so I might be dealing with puking child in the backwoods.
Hopefully it doesn't storm while you're out. It's been storming literally like every
Yeah.
single night for like a week.
Which is weird for where we're located.
It's
we
weird.
often don't get rain in July.
Ominous.
It just makes me wonder about August and September if it's just gonna be super bone dry or
Who knows?
yeah.
Things are happening.
Things
And
are
there's your
happening out
weather
there.
talk.
Yeah.
Things are
But
happening.
I'm gonna do that, and then what do we have? Oh, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood next week. So
Yeah, finally. A
Yeah.
movie that I'm like super excited
I might
to see.
leave that one to you guys to see too.
Oh, I'm probably going to see it multiple times.
I'm so worried they're gonna kill a pregnant Sharon Tate in it.
That's
that
what
I don't want to see it.
happened.
I know that's what happened. I don't want to see it.
I think we've talked about this before. Like,
it could
this
be a
is pretty
revisionist thing. Maybe
fictionalized.
Sharon Tate like does a backflip and kills all of the Manson family members.
That'd be awesome. But then she had to go into
I wouldn't be
hiding.
I mean, that's
surprised.
very
Yeah.
possible. It's
Yeah,
Tarantino.
and then she runs away with Brad Pitt's character, and
Ooh.
Yeah,
it's
good.
totally possible.
Will you guys see it and tell me if that happens?
Sure.
Yeah, I'll
You'll-
see it probably at least twice.
At least twice. Okay.
I've seen Midsommar 3 times. I gotta see Toy Story 4 again though.
That's pretty impressive. Midsummer 3 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. You get something new and more every time.
I can't watch that dark of stuff for that long, for
not
that many
dark.
times.
It's not dark.
Well, I guess for how
The first
dark
time you
is.
see it, it is.
All the
Yeah.
death and mayhem is not that dark.
You haven't seen it. You don't know what it's
look
like.
at people and be like, that's somebody's baby. I have to do that. Every time I look at somebody, I'm like, they were once somebody's little baby.
Yeah, and they grew up to be pieces of crap.
Yeah.
In this movie,
Okay, that
yeah,
one
they were
guy
all
probably
pieces of
deserved,
crap.
but not his buddies.
No, they
yeah,
deserved it
they're
too.
horrible.
No, they weren't.
They're the
Oh.
worst.
I'm pretty much most of those characters are likable.
Okay.
In a likable way.
Yes, yeah, that's
I
good to
love
clarify
hating them
that.
so much.
Well, I'm excited for Hobbs and Shaw. That's the next one I can't wait for. That one actually gets me excited.
Yeah,
Hobbs
This
and
should be
Shaw.
fun.
that one will be a good time for sure.
Yeah. Ooh, can't wait.
Cool.
Yeah,
Well, everybody go see Lion King. See for
Yeah.
yourselves if the animation is
It'll
cold
be
and
The
off-putting.
grand animation experiment.
Or if your rose-tinted nostalgia goggles are so powerful that you'll just pretend like it's not an issue and you'll love it anyways.
I'm leading the group. That's probably going to be me.
Oh.
Eric's giving me
I'm
good
hopefully
luck.
going to go see real animals.
out
actual ones.
out in the wild,
Out in the woods.
out in the woods.
Hopefully not lions.
Mountain lions, maybe.
But anyway, yeah. Go ahead and check out Lion King.
Yep.
If you want.
Yeah, I think that's really the only new movie this weekend.
It is.
Nobody
Yeah.
wants to compete with that.
No.
Yeah, everyone saw Lion King. They're like,
Okay, that's
no.
your weekend.
Yeah.
All right. Well, take care. We'll be back next week.
Yep. Laters.
Bye.